Welcome, race fans. Tonight, SRA, presented by J Robin 3, the Gen 6 series here at Talladega tonight. The next to the last race of the season, folks. Next week is the season finale at Atlanta, so 6 drivers will be dropped out after tonight's race. There's 12 running for the chase tonight, but after tonight, 6 of them get eliminated, but we'll find out which 6 they are. But coming up here, Scott will be along here in a minute to run down through the points for us. So again, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it very much. We are about 6 minutes away from qualifying. A couple things you want to kind of keep in the back of your mind. They have no resets out here tonight. There is an incident limit. I believe it's 17 incidents. And also, some of the drivers that are out here, last night we had some problems with trading paint, but tonight it seems like the trading paints is working great, and hopefully iRacing's got a grip on the server thing, and maybe we're going to not have as many problems with servers. Last night we had a lot of issues, net coding, people dropping out. We had all kinds of issues last night, so hopefully they've got that under control. So, but anyhow. Super Speedway, only 1 lap in qualifying. They get an out lap and 1 lap at Super Speedways here at SRA. That's one of their rules, and we're going to see some pretty tight pack racing here tonight because it's so difficult to pass in these Gen 6s. They are I don't know, there's like a bubble of air between the cars, and it's just so hard to get a good bump and run on somebody or get around them. So it's going to take a lot of teamwork, a lot of patience, and hopefully some good clean racing here. I know these guys are goofing around right now, so don't be discouraged by that. That's what they always do. They goof around just before qualifying. So, and we are, 4.5 minutes away. So time enough for you to go get something to drink or a snack and be ready for the race. Scott will be along in a moment here to run down through the points, and we're ready to go see some green flag racing here. Well, Jack Wannon podcast, make sure you hit that subscribe button, folks. Appreciate that very much, and don't forget to like the video. We'd appreciate that as well. Try to get the likes up there. Hit the subscribe button. Your first time here. We'll be back Thursday night with the SOMO League. They'll be running the Tour Modifieds at South Boston. So tune in Thursday night for that, folks. We'll be going live at 8:40 p.m. Eastern. So mark that on your calendar. Very good, Jack. Appreciate that, buddy. That's pretty cool. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you. We got a lot of subscribers, but hey, the more the merrier. We've kind of backed down from doing quite so much broadcasting. We're just doing 4 nights a week now. Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Friday nights we're live. And all 4 nights are up on the iRacing Live portal. So thank you, iRacing, for allowing us to broadcast up to the portal. And a special thank you to Jack Davidson for all the behind-the-scenes work that he does to make this happen for these leagues, to get them out there for y'all enjoy to watch. So pretty cool. Hey, James, how you doing? Thank you, William. Appreciate that. Well, I'll just kind of give you a rundown of who is in the chase here. The 12 drivers that make the chase are Lachlan McMillan, Ariati, Nick Northrup, Tyler Ducharme, David Shutt, Nicholas Caressel, Femi Olat, Delonte Ballard, Bobby Cheney, Josh Robin, Connor Anton, and Nicholas Shelton. And right now, Nicholas Shelton is in the top of the points, only by, trying to see, only by 4 points over Connor Anton right now coming into tonight. But like I said, 6 drivers will be eliminated after tonight, so we'll find out which 6 are going to be eliminated.
It's always something else when it comes to this sim racing stuff, buddy.
I'm telling you. Well, we're just about 20 seconds away from the national anthem, Scott, and when we get back, now they only turn 1 lap tonight for qualifying at Super Speedway, so
That's interesting.
Yeah, 1 out lap, and then they're 1 lap, so we'll have just a couple of minutes to run down through the points. I did kind of mention who was in the chase, but I didn't run down through the points, so we'll be right back after we play the national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, we're back. Qualifying is underway, and as promised, Scott is here to run down through the points for us. So, Scott, go take it away.
Yeah, coming into this last chase race tonight here at Talladega, what a place to determine the final 6. But we got 12 that are bidding for those final 6. Coming into this race, Nicholas Shelton is leading the points by 4 points over Connor Anton. Josh Robbins in 3rd. Bobby Cheney's in 4th. Femi Olat up 4 spots to 5th. Delonte Ballard up 4 spots to 6th. Those guys are all in the transfer spots. David Shutt, first one out of the transfer spot, is 31 points back. He's got a lot of ground to make up. And he's actually tied back there with Nicholas Caressel. Caressel in 8th. Tyler Ducharme in 9th. Nick Northrup 10th. Ariati 11th. And Lachlan McMillan 12th. Rudy, I don't know if there's enough cars here tonight to warrant these guys catching up. I think the 6 we got in the top 6 are the 6 that are going to transfer.
That's, by the sounds of it, that sounds about right. Yeah, it's going to be
that's a lot of points.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough night for some of these guys. I mean, they're going to push it really hard, I know, but Now, last night's race, the Xfinity, we've seen a couple extra cautions, but what a finish. Oh, my word, it was just breathtaking. I mean, I was on the edge of my seat for about the last 10 laps. It was just breathtaking, man. They were back and forth. I think they had 40, if I remember correctly, 49 lead changes last night.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a lot of lead changes.
I think that set a record last night. I asked Bobby about it, and he said, I don't know of any race that he's ever been involved in that had 49 lead changes. It was crazy.
That's even a lot for like IndyCar at Indianapolis whenever it's like a pack race.
Yep.
That's a lot of lead changes.
Well, it was a wild finish last night, man. It was great. Bobby Chaney brought home the win last night. He's not in the chase in the Xfinity series, but he is in the chase here for the Gen 6 series. He was eliminated the couple races before last night. So, yeah, what an exciting race last night, man. That was great. Uh-oh.
Well, we got about 40 seconds left here in qualifying, and we will be gridding up ready to do 95 laps. 250 miles, a little over actually, here at Talladega.
Well, hopefully everybody does enjoy the show here tonight. I got my good buddy commentating with me here, Scott Brinson. I don't know if y'all know him, probably raced with him maybe a little bit in iRacing, but it's good to have him back in the booth with me tonight. And thank you again, Scott. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. It's good to be here. I like on these races with you. It's going to be a long one here. Hopefully we don't have a lot of cautions here tonight. We knock out a lot of green flag laps.
Yeah.
We've had some good racing here lately with the races that we've been calling. We haven't really, there's only really been one race here lately in the last few weeks that's really, been a caution fest. The rest of them have been nice.
Mm-hmm. Well, Ariotti grabs the pole here tonight with a 50.829. Congratulations to Ariotti for grabbing that. Jonathan Shipman will start second. Caleb Eisenhower third. Femi Olat fourth. Lachlan McMillan fifth. Delonte Ballard, my old buddy Delonte, starting back in sixth. Randy Roberts seventh. Kyle Putz will be starting eighth. Jared Darling ninth. And Marcus Richardson. That rounds out the top 10. Scott?
Caden Henry will start 11th. Nicholas Caressel 12th. Brian Wortman, good to see Brian back. He'll start 13th. Sean Williams starts 14th. Trevor Pertelli 15th. Blake Freeman will start back there at 16th position. Connor Anton 17th. Bobby Maiden a third. Old Iron Maiden back there in 18th. He's the last of the guys to take time. Nicholas Shelton will start 19th. And Tyler Ducharme 20th.
Bobby Chaney 21st. We got somebody coming in, and when that does that kind of messes up my IRTVOs.
Hunter Combs.
Yep, it messes up my IRTVO. I don't know why it does that. There's something in the coding.
Caution.
Something in the coding that messes up. So I guess we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way here. How's that? Let's see. Bobby Maiden said Tyler Ducharme. Bobby Chaney starting 21st. Hunter Combs 22nd. Josh Robin 23rd. And Spencer Owens 24th. So sorry about that, folks. But with that crash on IRTVO, is about the only way I could get it to work right. All right, so now we hope there's not going to be any cautions here tonight, but you just never know.
Oh, I'm sure we'll have a couple.
Well, they went last night quite a while without any cautions, and then all of a sudden, as we always say, cautions breed cautions, and we had a couple of extra cautions last night. So, but they finally got it sorted out there toward the end, and a great race. So, hopefully, we're looking at the same thing.
I was going to say, let's hope this is a good one here. I'm ready to see some racing, no pacing.
That's right. Pace. iRacing, not iPacing.
That's right. My NES Classic is calling my name.
Uh-oh.
Thing's addicting, man. Thing is addicting. Love that little thing.
I'm not sure if Hunter Combs is starting on pit road or what the deal is, but he's not on the track at the moment.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a whole bunch of cars out there. How many cars are actually out on track?
23. Yeah, last night they had 32 32, I think it was.
So Hunter's the only one that's not actually out there then.
No,
It looks like a lot less than 23.
Yeah, he's on pit road, so he'll be starting from pit road.
I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe not a bad
24.
idea.
Yeah, not really. 24 drivers. Well, they had 3 of them last night start from the pit road, and Bobby Cheney was one of them, and he won the race.
Well, get ready, folks. This is the final race of SRA's Gen 6 Series Chase. Next week, we'll be at Hotlanta for the championship race, and I think we've already got our 6 drivers figured out. This is just a formality here. If you want to call it a dress rehearsal, it's a dress rehearsal.
Yep.
But everybody wants to win here tonight, and everybody's got a shot. So, Rudy, get us going, brother.
I will do it. Pace car's just about ready to head to pit road here. All right, there he goes. A little ways around to the green flag.
Ready, green, 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 green.
And there's the green. We're off and going here for the next to the last race, the last race of the chase. Next week, the season finale, folks, a championship race. So you definitely don't want to miss next week's races, Sunday and Monday night.
Yeah, a little bit of 3 wide action about midway back here.
I see that.
We're going to have a little bit of contact back there. I wasn't expecting that, but some contact going on. I thought the guy was just going to drop back, but they actually touched. Little scariness on the first lap.
Ariotti hanging on to the lead at the moment on the bottom. Jonathan Shipman on the high side. Let's see who's going to lead the first lap.
Kind of like when you get on a strange roller coaster and you aren't expecting something to say, "Ooh, I didn't know that was going to be there."
That's a good analogy.
The G-forces changed.
It looks like Ariotti leads the first lap of the race. Caleb Eisenhower tucked right up underneath him. Close race, and it looks like we're starting to get a line formed here on the bottom, Scott, and guys are going to start riding nose to tail here for a while.
Oh, we still got a few up there on that high side. I got about 4 or 5 of them out there, just kind of hanging out. 3 of them forming a line up front here. Everybody else is dove to the bottom. We got 1 in the back. Everybody's looking for a spot down low like you're talking about, because everybody's diving for the bottom. Left 2 guys out there all by themselves, the 9 and the 17.
Sean Williams back here, 13th place, ran excellent last night in the Xfinity Series. See what he can do here tonight in the Gen 6 Series. Running.
Wonder who he's going to have on the car next season. Madonna?
Oh, no, I'm sure it'll still be Taylor Swift.
You gave her to switch it up.
Yeah, he's a Taylor Swift nut, I'm telling you. I keep telling him, don't get that pretty face on the hood there all damaged up. So Ariotti's still in the lead. Randy Roberts back here, 15th place. We got a few guys that are kind of lagging back a little bit. Brian Wertman, newly painted car. I didn't remember seeing that one before. The Sitco, the old retro paint scheme. Tyler Ducharme kind of laying back a little bit here with Bobby Cheney. Tyler actually was a lap down last night and pushed Bobby Cheney to the win last night, Scott.
Nice.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
What do you think about this, man? It's completely changed up front now. Everybody riding up near the wall in a big long line now. How about that? Yep. You don't hardly ever see that.
Well, they were talking about that in before the race server even went live here tonight. They were talking about running the high line here tonight because
nice.
I don't know. I don't know what the significance behind it is, but they were saying something about riding the high line.
Nobody else does it. You always see everybody down there in that bottom line riding around the bottom. You never see the one main line running the high side. That's pretty cool. Everybody's willing to get up there and do that.
Ariotti, now he comes out in front of Caleb Eisenhower to kind of slow his progress up.
3 wide again, going into 1 here.
Oh, boy, Delonte Ballard right into the middle of that. Jonathan Shipman getting shuffled back.
Yeah, he's going to find a spot right here. He's going to tuck in there.
Oh, what a pack of cars, I'm telling you. What a pack of cars.
It's like finding a comfy spot in your bed, man. He just tucked right in.
Yes, sir. And we got a brand new leader, Caleb Eisenhower, out front. Hasn't officially led a lap yet. We'll see if he can lead this lap here as they come around. If he can hold on to it through the tri-oval.
I'll tell you what, Rudy, we got 3 that have fallen back here, and they're in a safe zone if anything bad goes down. Because boy, everybody else seems to think it's the last lap. We got 90 to go.
And Caleb Eisenhower does lead that lap on the high side. He's got Femi Olat tucked right up underneath his tail there. And him and Delonte Ballard. Ballard, boy, fast last night. Could have won it and should have won it. Let's see, coulda, woulda, shoulda, I think, how that goes.
Yeah.
And but he just, at the very end, he just kind of got shuffled out and wound up, he didn't win. I don't, yeah, he didn't even make it on the podium last night. That's how far he got shuffled back.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I was thinking about that last Wednesday night. I didn't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
That's tough when you lead all them laps and you don't bring that thing home. And I was watching the broadcast, and you were talking about there before the final pit stop that I wanted the caution to come out. I did not want the caution to come out. I had a 5-second lead. I didn't want to see any kind of hints of a caution.
Kyle Puts,
thankfully it didn't come out.
Running the high side here. Now Ariati goes to the high side. Boy, look
Hunter
at this,
Combs is out of the
3
race.
wide, and they're going to shuffle Ariati to the back.
Yeah, on lap 7.
Holy smokes. Ariati, he goes clear back to 11th at 12.
They're racing like this race really doesn't mean much. And in the grand scheme of things, with the top 6 pretty much locked in, it doesn't. And you're seeing that in the result of the racing that's going on right now. Because everybody's just racing, man. Nobody's scared. Nobody's worried about tearing up the car. If it happens, it happens. The race really doesn't mean much.
Bobby Maiden.
Everybody wants to win.
Oh, yeah. Well, the guys that aren't in the chase right now, I think it's like, it's immaterial to them. All they want is a win here.
Well, even the guys in the chase, because there's not enough cars here to warrant them not making the chase, even if they finish last. So they're in.
Yep.
They got a 31-point buffer, and I just don't see that vanishing here.
Jared Darling into the top 5. Quite a pack of cars.
Made that Hunter Combs was out of the race, Rudy. First one out.
Oh, okay. Yep, I did see that now.
Ooh,
yeah.
Bumping going on there between the 23 and the 31. 23 come up into the 31, but we're all good here. A little love tap there. Let him know he was there. I think he already knew, but he made sure of it.
Well, that kind of shuffled Spencer Owens back to the back part of this group. And we've got a 3-car battle here. These guys, like you said, laid way back here trying to give themselves that
safe
buffer.
Zone.
Yeah, the safe zone. And they're just the 3 of them just trying to hang on to each other here in the draft and just stay within that grasp. And we'll see if that works out. It worked out good for Bobby last night because this is exactly what they did at the first part of the race. They were back like a half a lap. And he still wound up winning the race last night just because of the way the cautions fell, so.
Can't say that I blame him. If you watch all this jostling going on up here in this pack right now, everybody just kind of weaving all over the place from mid-pack back.
Yeah,
every once in a while it's going 3 wide back here, and I don't blame him for hanging back.
Yep, this is pretty wild.
Happen here sooner or later.
This is pretty wild. Nicholas Shelton, the points leader, pretty much locked in. Well, he is locked in for the chase, in for next week anyhow for the championship because he is the points leader. I don't foresee that changing.
No, he's got a huge lead.
I know Connor Anton's only 4 points behind him, and he's a couple of positions ahead of him.
Yeah, like I said, Rudy, I think the top 6 are all locked in. So. Oh, you want to crank it up for the fans for the first time?
I think we ought to do that. That sounds like a really good idea. Let's crank it up.
Before the big one happens.
Yeah. Good crank
Some
it up.
good racing going on out there right now, Rudy. Good hard racing. And how about old Iron Maiden out there? Bobby Maiden, the third, up 14 spots. The biggest mover of the race so far. Started 18th, up to 4th place. He's not the only one up there that's gone from the back to the front. Up there in 3rd place, you got Trevor Pertelli. It started 15th, and running 5th, Connor Anton has started 17th.
Well, I don't think Bobby Maiden's done yet.
No, he's not. 3 of the top 5 started 15th place or further back. Didn't take him long to get to the front. We're coming to lap 14.
Oh, Caleb Eisenhower comes right over in front of Bobby Maiden, trying to slow that progress down, but...
I don't know if that's a good idea this early.
Yeah, he got it right back down to the bottom, though, because he needed to protect that bottom, because Lachlan McMillan was about to fill that hole.
Only takes one little mistake, and it could end a lot of nights pretty quick.
Yeah, definitely. That's the whole thing about it. I mean, when you're doing well over 200 miles an hour here, just a little bobble like that can. We seen it last night there in the Xfinity cars that a couple of guys. I mean, just a little bobble, a couple of great saves, and just a couple little bobbles, and it got people out of shape. And we seen the big one last night, but we haven't seen it here yet tonight. Wow, Marcus Richardson up to 8th place, taking his time. Don't blame him. This is kind of about where you don't really want to. You don't want to be like maybe clear up to the front, but he's in the grasp of the front, running 7th place. Not a bad place to be right now. They're kind of getting thinned out a little bit up here in the front right now. Bobby Maiden getting shuffled back, dives it down to the bottom in front of him.
Yeah, he did.
Right behind Marcus Richardson. Holy smokes. He's seen a hole there, and he stuck it in there, didn't he?
It definitely hasn't been boring in the early stages of this race. And how many times have we just seen the pace and just the theme of the race change? I mean, they were up around the high line earlier. They've been double file a couple different times. Now they're single file again. I mean, they can't decide what they want to do. They're definitely making it interesting.
Caden Henry ran excellent last night, too. He wound up not finishing that great, but he ran excellent last night. Led some laps in the Xfinity Series. And we're 3 wide back here. Femi Olat, clear up on the high side.
That's what I was just talking about, Rudy. The theme continues to change. 3 wide back here in the very back. Everybody just laying the cards on the table tonight, Rudy. Everybody's all in tonight. Might as well be playing video poker here. Well, no real money involved. Everybody just pushing everything all in.
This is a race that a lot of the leaders dreaded. They tried all season long to get the highest amount of points out of each race, knowing that in the chase here, Talladega was going to come, and they knew that it's anybody's race out here to win tonight. You just got to be in the right position at the right time when it comes down to the end of the race, and this is what these guys are. They're feeling it right now. Femi Olat, Delonte Ballard. Up
2
there
rows
on the
and 3
high
wide back here.
Man, this is wild, and the cars are kind of bobbling around a little bit. That's got to be the aero push on that car. I know there's a lot of aero push on this.
Yeah, probably a little bit of nerves, too. Everybody's still trying to calm down a little bit because there's just been so much going on here in the early stages. It has not been a calm race by any means.
Josh Robin, that sponsored this series, riding back here in 8th or 19th position. Comes right up on Sean Williams. Whoa.
Almost halfway to green flag pit stops. Will be pitting somewhere between 38 and 40.
Yeah, you're right. He gets a little bit of a run here. Ariotti goes clear back to the tail end of this group in 20th. And boy, you talk about close racing back here, man. Well, you can tell, Scott, these guys have raced around each other for a long, long time, and I mean many years, and you can tell it. Bobby did say
comfortable around each other,
right? Bobby did say last night that they are going to open it up to recruitment next season.
Nice. So, bring some new blood in.
Yeah. But they're going to be pretty selective, though. I mean, that's what That's
I don't blame 'em.
Yeah, that's what's kind of, these guys have all raced together for many years, so they're going to kind of be a little selective. They're going to check over your stats and all that and make sure, you're a decent driver.
I think every league should do that. I do that with Top Fuel Racing. I'm not even going to lie. I've turned people down, and, it wasn't because I didn't want them to come race. It was, a lot of the people I've turned down, I just didn't think that, it warranted them come race with us yet. They were either didn't have enough experience or their experience, just didn't speak well. So,
and especially driving an Indy car,
Exactly. Dude. But the same thing with these cars. These things aren't easy either. So I can't blame them for being strict and being selective. It's a pretty good league, and there's a lot of talent in here. I'd be selective too.
But anyhow, that's
if more leagues were more selective, I think the quality of the racing would be a little better.
After next week, then they're going to take a 1 week break for their after their season finale next week. They'll be off for 1 week, and then they'll be back at it. They're going to be running the Xfinity cars again and the Gen 6 again. But they've got a few new rules in place, a few new things coming. So I don't know exactly what all they are. Bobby said he'd let me know when they get everything finalized and the schedule finalized. So. After next week, they'll be off for a week and recruiting. So if anybody thinks that they might want to join SRA when they open up, it'll be after next week. They'll be opening up for recruitment. They're going to wait till the season is over before they start accepting applications. So
I'll tell you what, they can't go wrong with wanting to come race here because these guys put on a good quality show every Sunday and Monday night. If you listen to Rudy tell the stories, they have the greatest races on Sunday night. I haven't caught one of them yet, but
last night,
I hear they're pretty good.
Yeah, last night was kind of an exception, but from what the guys were saying, that Xfinity car has such a suck up. It sucks right up on the back of somebody. And we've seen a lot of times last night that, even the guys, they were lifting off the gas and it still continued to suck up to the back of them and got right into the back of the couple of the drivers. So, it's crazy, the suck up on that car. Blake Freeman looking to the high side. This is pretty cool back here, what he's doing, man. I'll tell you what, he's got a heck of a run here. Started 16th, running in second place, looking for the lead.
Randy Roberts unfortunately lost the draft there, and he's fading back. So that pack that's 3 back there is going to be 4 sooner or later. But that pack of 3 is falling quite a bit of distance back too. So they're definitely in a safe zone.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't think just like last night, they weren't too concerned at all. Now, if this thing stayed green the whole way, they would be in trouble.
They'll get more concerned. Yeah, they'll get a whole lot more concerned if this thing stays green. And like I said, we're about halfway to that first green flag pit stop. That's going to break this up about at least half of this pack up. So this will become, a couple different packs after green flag pit stops. We don't have a caution before then.
Yeah.
Caution free so far here in the last chase race of the season for SRA. Next week will be at Hotlanta for the championship. But tonight, they're going to settle it here at Talladega first and see who can pick up a pretty much just a dress rehearsal win, as the top 6 are pretty much locked in. And we know who's going to be racing for the championship in Atlanta next week.
Caden Henry, another one that, like I said, he had a decent run last night. Trevor Pertelli had a great run last night. Man, these guys, he started out with a great run, I should say. I think he wound up, he didn't finish well, but another one that didn't finish well. But they had some great runs out there last night in that Xfinity car. And I'll tell you what, we're seeing an awesome show here right now. These guys are doing super out here. I'm very proud of them. Blake Freeman takes over the lead from Caleb Eisenhower. Only one of a couple of drivers that have led any more laps than Caleb. Caleb's led 18 laps out of the 23.
We still got a long way to go. You know how that can change here.
Yep.
Everybody's kind of calmed down now. Have you noticed that? That's this race again, changing again. Now it's kind of the calm before the storm. We'll see how long it lasts before we start getting real racy again.
Yeah, not to keep iterating last night, but last night they had a point where we've seen a couple of drivers go from first to last. So you can go from hero to zero or zero to hero in one lap here at Talladega.
Oh, yes, Dega.
Here comes Jared Darling working the front. And he's got Caden Henry up there with him. Nicholas Shelton working his way closer to the front. Coming from 19th up to 7th right now. And boy, I'll tell you, look at the power on that high side. Holy smokes. Starting from Jared Darling and going to Caden Henry, Nicholas Shelton, Marcus Richardson, Femio Latt, and Delonte Ballard all working that high side together. That could be dangerous. I don't mean dangerous wreck-wise. I mean dangerous for that low line. Oh, and inside, Nicholas Shelton going to go 3 wide. Look at that. Shuffled.
Yep.
Shuffled Caden Henry right out of there.
It'll be all right.
Oh, yeah. Well, he'll just fall in behind here. But, man, he's seen an opening there in between and took a 3 wide. That's how Nicholas Shelton does it.
Still 3 wide back here.
He finally
There we go.
falls into place there. Nicholas Kressel back in 15th, riding on the high side. Oh, and he's going to hook him. Oh, we just seen that. What a save by all of them guys.
Yeah, it was. How about that, huh?
Oh, my word.
Awesome saving going on back there by a few guys. They'll be all right. They'll be all right.
Yeah, Nicholas Kressel got into the back of Caden Henry, and who was right there but Josh Robin. So Josh got collected into that as well. He's okay, though.
That could be a good thing for all these green flag pit stops that are going to be coming up here soon. Yeah, that's a few cars that are now off the pack here. Hopefully all these guys here in the front pack, they don't all come together. Hopefully they split it up. Make it a little easier with about 5 or 6 of those cars falling back. Looks like 6 of them. That was close, though, but a hell of a job by everybody who got down on the apron and touched the line and still managed to save those cars and not get into nobody and tear nobody up. Awesome driving right there.
Yep.
And that's what we're talking about, the quality of racing here at SRA. These boys know how to drive. Like a wheelman over here.
Ariotti and Caden Henry working together. Now Nicholas Kressel goes back here. He's going to be with Jonathan Shipman and Sean Williams, and they get a run on the outside. He does. I see a little bit of damage on Nicholas Kressel's car.
Now, Rudy, there is just a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
He's got little.
We're within 10 laps of that green flag pit stop that I keep referring to, so we'll have to keep an eye here soon when these guys are going to dive off for pit road. It'll be a 2-stop race tonight.
Yeah, there's the damage. I can see damage on the left front there where he did get into the side of Caden Henry just a touch. But Lambda Dog, he's okay. He'll be all right. I think once he pits there, Jared Darling to the lead. He led his first lap. Awesome. I'm so busy back there looking at his car, I'm not focusing up here. And yeah, we do have, it's kind of dwindled down to now about a 13-car pack up here in the front.
Yeah, it'll be a little easier coming to pit road.
Yeah, much easier, yeah.
Hopefully, like I said, they split it up. They don't all try to come as one big group. I'm sure there'll be a handful of guys that'll stay out, for that reason. I'm sure most of these guys will call out their pit. Don't want to get run over. This is a place where you definitely want to call it out because you don't want to get run over. You don't want to be surprised with nobody.
Right. Yeah, and I'm sure, they're probably going to be, they can't do it in TeamSpeak because they're all broke up in different channels. But, they'll probably be calling it out in the room, So-and-so's pitting this time. But I would say probably we might see some start coming in maybe like within the next 5 to 10 laps. We're going to start seeing people come in.
Yeah, they may come in a little early because they'll already be within the window at about lap 35. So
back here in 19th, 21 seconds behind that lead pack, Tyler Ducharme, Bobby Cheney, Randy Roberts, Brian Wortman, them 4 working together. Josh Robin now is way off of the pace. I'll tell you, that car looks like it's been through a war zone. Already, he's got damage all down the right side of that car, on the back, the front. Holy smokes, man. He was a product of, he took the worst beating out of all them cars right there. But hopefully maybe after pit stops, maybe he can get that fixed up a little bit and be back in contention here. But he's dropping pretty bad. He's just not up to full speed either. Back up front, Jared Darling, Blake Freeman, Caleb Eisenhower still continuing to lead. Connor Anton in fourth. And it looks like
Owen.
What?
I was just going to say, Owens and Delhi have fallen back off this pack, so we've lost a couple more cars from this front group now. We're down to about 11 cars here in this front pack. So they continue to fade on their own, Rudy.
Yep, Spencer Owens and Trevor Pertelli working together back here. And they'll continue to fall because they can't keep up with that pack up there.
Yeah, lucky for them, green flag pit stops aren't too far away, but you need a caution here to bail them out.
Yeah, they're right on the edge of that, what I call like the sniffing zone, where you can start feeling the draft a little bit. You know, they're right on the edge of that, about 1 second behind the car that's ahead of them. And, you know, they could possibly reel them in if him and Trevor could stay together really tight and these guys start getting racy up here, they could reel them back in, which I think they did just click off a 10th. And there goes another 10th. So they are starting to catch that draft now. So we'll be back up to 13 cars again. Femio Lat getting shuffled back. Yeah.
Everybody pits here in the next lap or so. They'll definitely catch back up. So, and I think, like you said, they're definitely going to be pitting here in the next 3 laps or so.
Yeah.
No sense to run it all the way dry. You're already with the window. Might as well just come in.
Yeah, you definitely got to make it in 2 pit stops. So, you know, you could.
They've been within the window. They could have came in at 30 and still been fine, but they chose to stay out.
Yeah, nobody's been to pit road yet. And only one driver out of the race, Hunter Combs. Somebody said something about his mom contacted him on Facebook or something, so he had to leave. I don't know if they were joking about it or not. I don't know. Connor Anton up to 3rd. I was trying to keep an eye on our points leader, Nicholas Shelton. He's back here in 6th place, just ahead of Marcus Richardson. Now, I don't know. Marcus is not in the championship, but I'm not sure if he might maybe try to work with Nicholas. Maybe try to get him up there for the win. I don't know.
Well, Marcus, the all-time wins leader here. He might be just wanting to hang out and try to pick up career win number 38.
Well, that's the kind of stuff that Marcus does right there. He'll just let you lead every single lap, and then the last lap he'll come by. Here comes some of the leaders. Nope, sorry, that was Josh Robin they went by.
Yeah, they're all just trying to get around a lap car here.
Yeah, Josh. Well, he's really off the pace here.
Yeah, he is.
184 mile an hour. Wow, and blinking on top of that. Golly, man, what a bummer there. And he is the sponsor for the series this season. Well, they're having a heck of a race here. This is turning out to be a pretty good race. I knock on wood. I'm not superstitious, but I always like to knock on wood because I don't like to jinx them. But it's been a pretty good race so far, and we're still waiting for first round of pit stops here, folks.
Gonna be soon, just a couple more laps. They're gonna run out of fuel in a few more laps, so they'll be on pit road very soon. 4 Mr. Feelgoods. Actually, it'll probably just be 2 Mr. Feelgoods. Probably take 2 right sides. Next time they come down, take 2 left sides, and I think that'll get them home.
Well, Trevor Pertelli and Spencer Owens did catch up to that front pack. So they are right back into a 13-car pack here in the front. Let's go back here to that second group. Jonathan Shipman, Sean Williams Ariotti, Caden Henry, and Nicholas Caressel. These guys all working together back here. Running 10 seconds from the leader. And then the third group, Tyler Ducharme, Bobby Chaney, Randy Roberts, and Brian Wortman still working together. And they are approximately pretty close, just a hair over a half a lap behind.
Needing that caution to come out
Yeah,
at this point.
yeah, that's
lot of guys
exactly
need
what
that
they
caution.
need. Yeah, catch this field all back up, and you know these guys are doing just great up here. What they need to be doing right now, they're staying single file, and that's what's keeping the speeds up here. Just staying single file like that. Jared Darling creeping up on, and here we go. Pit stops
Here
are
they
happening.
come.
Oh
All
my
of them,
word!
too. Look at that. All but one. Two kept going. One's going to miss it. One's going to miss it. One's wrecking. That's unsafe. There we go.
Marcus
There's an accident.
Richardson. No
Yep.
way.
He hit somebody, too. He got a penalty for an unsafe pit entrance for sure, and he just towed it. That's it for him.
Yeah, I think he got into Bobby Maiden there because Bobby Maiden just hit the pit wall. I think he's got damage on his car, too. But yeah, three of them stayed out. Looks like Connor Anton, Lachlan, McMillan, and Ariotti all stayed out.
Wow, I can't believe that happened.
Oh, my. That was
craziness, man.
Yeah.
Craziness.
I don't think he meant to do that. I mean, God, they're hitting each other coming off pit road here.
Just came in too hot, man. Just came in too hot. Look at them all come off pit road together here, man.
Yeah. All right,
A couple stragglers got left behind, but for the most part, they all came off together.
Connor Anton, Lachlan, McMillan coming in pit road now. They're about 38, 39 seconds ahead of them other guys. Kyle Putz will take over the lead here once they come around. Ariotti's coming to pit road.
Not so much for win number 38 for Richardson tonight, huh?
Yep, and the back part of this field, Jonathan Shipman, Tyler Ducharme, these guys just now coming off pit road. Bobby Cheney, Randy Roberts. I'll tell you what, they're not far from going a lap down. Connor Anton making it off of pit road, but can he get up to speed here before these guys come around? Doesn't look like it. Kyle Putz and company here coming around with a full head of steam. Femi Olat.
Oh, yeah.
Femi Olat will take over the lead.
They're going to eat these guys up like Pac-Man.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Goes by Lachlan McMillan and by Connor Anton. They'll have to blend in here and try to catch back up. They'll be all right, though. And we're right back into about a 10-car pull away here. Back to Lachlan McMillan. Those guys just get up to full speed here. It takes about almost a full lap to get back up to full speed. You know, even though you're in the draft, you still don't really feel like you're completely all the way into the pocket of the full speed. You know, until you like almost complete that first lap. You know, then it feels good.
I'd say even more than that, maybe even two laps before you really feel like you're going again.
Yeah, because they're still, even in this pack up front right here, they're just barely hitting a little over 200 right now, and they were running about 204 before. There he hit 204, 205. Okay.
Yeah, it takes a good couple laps for them to get back up to speed. Just got to get your momentum up again.
Femi Olat.
Of course, the draft. Oh, they're getting all that speed from the draft. By yourself, you can't go that fast, of course.
Femi Olat getting shuffled back to the back part. Delonte Ballard underneath. And that will shuffle him back. Trevor Pertelli staying right with these guys. That's the front 8. Connor Anton, Lachlan McMillan. They are out of that, what I call the sniffing zone, where they can't feel the draft coming off the cars ahead of them. They're 3 seconds behind the leader, about 2.7 or 2.3 seconds behind Trevor Pertelli. So there's no way they can feel that draft right now. Spencer Owens in the 11th, all by himself. Got company coming, Ariotti, Sean Williams to help him out. That'll help get him back
this
up
race
there.
is in need of a caution to pack everybody back up.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah, because look at these guys way back here. Tyler Ducharme, they just passed up Jonathan Shipman. These guys are still running almost 30 seconds behind the leader right now. They're like, come on, somebody wreck. You know, I mean, we're creeping up on the halfway mark here in about another 4 laps, and we still have not had a caution, folks. Let's see what kind of... and we've only had 5 lead changes. This is totally different from last night with 49.
that caution comes out on lap 56, actually I'd say 55 or later, they'll be in the window to go the rest of the way. So
Yep.
won't have to worry about green flag pit stops anymore at that point. Everybody be caught back up. So, a lot of guys are, hoping that happens. Hope they get back in that window and then the caution flag fly. But I don't know. Everybody being so spaced out, I don't know if we'll get a caution. But, we talk about that, past races where the same thing happens. And, some random car somewhere spins out and doesn't get off the track. Caution comes out. How many times have we seen it, Rudy?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Countless. Still got some guys trying to get back up to speed here, coming off a pit road.
And Kyle Putz retakes the lead, dumping off Caleb Eisenhower. These guys dumping off their wingman to get to that lead. Wow. You got to take advantage of it in every way you can, I know, because it's so hard to get that push to get out in the front. But Kyle retaking the lead here on lap 44. Jared Darling gets shuffled all the way to the back of that pack.
Yeah, but luckily that's only a pack of 8 cars, so
Right.
it's not very far. He'll be all right with that. Just now getting close to the halfway point of this race, so we still got a long way to go, Rudy.
Well, I'll tell you, Lachlan McMillan and Connor Anton. Connor actually had a very, very good pit stop, 13.5 seconds. Lachlan was 14.4. But, when you're looking at some of these other pit stops here, Blake Freeman had a 12.4 second pit stop. So, I mean, that's an unbelievable stop. I don't know if he just took fuel and tires, or what he did, but, man, that's great. Running in second place right now. Well, what do you think? Crank it up one more time here for the folks, and
Sure, why not?
yeah, let's do
Ready
this.
to go.
All right, folks, we'll crank it up for you.
Ooh. It's the divisional round last night. How about them Steelers, huh?
Yeah.
Me being a Raider fan, I ain't got no love for the Chiefs. Glad to see them Steelers win last night. And I hate to say it, but I was glad to see the Packers win too.
I used to be a Steelers fan way back. I'm talking way back when Terry Bradshaw was their coach or their quarterback. That
Chuck
was when,
Noll was the coach.
yeah, I was a Steelers fan back then in them days, but it's like, I don't know, what seemed like after Terry Bradshaw retired, I just didn't have any love for the team anymore. But I took over.
That's because they weren't any good for a long time until Ben Roethlisberger and them showed up. They were okay before that with Cowher, but it wasn't until the end of Cowher's years, right before he retired, when they got Roethlisberger, and now where they've really been dominant. I think they've got a really good chance of going to New England and upsetting the Patriots. I mean, I know the Patriots are the favorite team, and everybody thinks they're the darling, but the Steelers are rolling right now, man. Yeah, I miss Monday Night Football.
How did Bobby Maiden get 3 laps down or 2 laps down?
He was in that pit road accident.
Oh, that's right. He must have sat there and got that fixed up.
He might have got a penalty too, because he might have
Yep.
got an unsafe pit entrance because he was involved in that pit road accident where he was hit.
Oh, man.
That was a tough break for him.
Brian Workman coming
Marcus
to pit
Richardson
road.
is officially out of this race, by the way. He took it behind the wall.
Brian Workman's coming to pit road. Now, he can't make it from here.
Nope. I don't know why they'd be coming in now. Maybe he's going to take it behind the wall.
I don't know. He's doing a 4-tire change.
Yeah, not sure why.
And he's just sitting there. So maybe he's got some damage or something. I don't know, but
he might be calling it a night. That's what that sounds like.
well, Nicholas Shelton's worked his way up to 3rd place now after starting 19th. Once they get down here a few more laps, patience are going to start wearing thin. Looks like Caleb Eisenhower might go to the outside with Nicholas. Nicholas has got a little bit of damage on that left front, so he's been into somebody. Doesn't seem to be affecting his speed any, but I see just a little wrinkle in that left front fender.
This front pack's still down to 8 cars. They've done a good job of all hanging on to each other here.
Yes,
Nobody
sir.
getting shuffled back.
Trevor Pertelli's still taking up the tail end of that group.
Workman, ooh, look at that big weave there by the 26. Taking back over that front spot, but man, Brian Workman did officially take it behind the wall, so he had some stuff he needed to go do.
Brian Workman, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
What happened there, brother?
I haven't completed it, so I need to try to let it fix.
Your mic's all messed up. Something happened to your mic, or?
No, my graphics card.
Sounds like he said graphics card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's trying to get back in there.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck then. Sorry. I'll let him be.
iRacing Gremlins.
Yeah, he's working on that feverishly, I'm sure. Lachlan McMillan, Connor Anton, these guys 15 seconds back of that lead pack right now. They're praying for a caution here. They need a caution so bad.
Not for a couple more laps, though. They definitely want to get within that window, and they want a couple more to click off. Then they will be within the window to go the distance. So, I'm sure a lot of these guys do want that caution, but not right now. About 5 minutes from now would be perfect.
They've been trail breaking here a little bit, I think, to let this pack catch up behind them. Ariotti, Sean Williams, Caden Henry, Nicholas Caressel, all these guys, Spencer Owens. And now they've got a 7-car pack here that'll help, because 7 cars working together is a lot faster than 2.
Most definitely. As long as everybody gets in a line and does it properly.
Yeah, well, I think that's what they're probably communicating with each other right now. They've got to work together. They have to. You know, I mean, if the guy in second gets a little hot from pushing the leader, then he needs to pull out and let somebody else take over, and shuffle it around. I've seen that done so many times. You just gotta think about how you're gonna do things. Because riding behind somebody, even though there's that pocket of air between there, it's just like you can't get there. You can't just, no more bump drafting, But even though there's a pocket of air there, the car still will get pretty warm.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They got to definitely those cars.
And way back.
That's why some of these guys, I'm sure, are falling back just to cool it off.
Way back here,
Still
Tyler
a long way to
Ducharme,
go.
Bobby Chaney, Randy Roberts, and Jonathan Shipman. These 4, still 30 seconds behind that lead pack. So that's, Brian Workman does get it back on the track.
So the question becomes, Rudy, do these guys short pit this thing and come in as soon as they get in the window here?
Well, I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see a few of them do that. But I think this lead pack, I think they're going to stay out probably just about as long as they can, hoping for a caution.
No, Rudy. Here we go again with you thinking they want to caution. These front guys, they don't want to see no yellow. This pack up here does not want to see a caution.
No,
These guys, they're okay with green flag pit stops. They do not want to see everybody get back up.
Okay, but you're missing what I'm saying right there. They don't want to see a caution, but they're going to stay out as long as they have to in case a caution comes out. Not that they want one, but just in case one comes out. You know, because if they pit and then a caution comes out 2 laps later, now they're a lap down.
I think they got a big enough lead here. If all these guys pit and everybody else stayed out, even if the caution did come out, they'd still be on the lead lap, so they would be okay. Because they got a big buffer zone here. They pulled away from the buffer, so
yeah.
Bobby Maiden is officially taking it behind the wall. His evening's over.
Nicholas Shelton gets shuffled to the back. Yeah, they are.
They're within that pit window, so we might see them come here.
Yeah.
I'll just keep an eye for it. No telling, man. We always sit up here and speculate, and usually we're wrong.
Yeah, that's right. Delonte Ballard taking the lead over.
I don't think they're pitting here. I don't think they'd be doing all this if they were all pitting here.
No. No, I think they just got, everybody just did a little shuffling around there. There might have been some talk of pit stops, maybe. Maybe somebody was saying, hey, we're in the window. You know, they might have been communicating amongst themselves there and saying, we're in the window. What are we going to do? You know, and indecisive right there. Somebody
said, there was a moment.
We're staying out.
Wow, Jared Darling just come right down in front of the Pepsi car there. 51, and man, that was close. We about got a caution.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. They don't want a caution, but if they pitted and then a caution
almost created one.
Yeah, almost created one.
They're getting bored. Just been riding around. These guys it's getting monotonous at this point, so they just got to get their focus back.
Caden Henry in 13th position. Nicholas Kressel 14th. Spencer Owens 15th. Spencer started 24th, running in 15th. These guys weaving around almost like they were going to come to pit road there for a second, but they can't afford to. If the lead pack stays out, they've almost got to stay out until that lead pack decides to come in, and then they'll have to pit too. And you know they're hoping for a caution right now.
Yeah, we're 3 wide. These guys are already they're coming up on a slower car.
Yeah,
this could get ugly.
Josh Robin. And they're all going to go around him on the outside. Whoa! Contact.
More contact.
Yeah. Josh Robin and Caleb Eisenhower touched there. And boy, that made Caleb's car just a little on the loose side there when that happened.
Luckily, it was just a friendly little touch.
I think he's all right though. It was just a touch is pretty much all it was. No damage on the car. Blake Freeman. Blake Freeman, which led 6 laps earlier, now trying to work his way back up there. Kyle Putz, which led 15 laps, running in 6th. Caleb Eisenhower led 18 laps. So far, the most of anybody out there. Not by many, but could grab the most laps led here tonight.
Yeah, we still got a third of the race to run here, so that could change too. Oh, Delonte Ballard up there on the point, Rudy.
Yes, sir. And I was looking to see. He is 5th in the points coming into tonight. And he picked up...
Yeah, he's one of the ones locked in.
Yeah, he picked up 5 positions last week. So, wow. You talk about a man on a mission to get into that final race of the season, man. There it is right there, Delonte Ballard. And you know, one that was in the top 10 in the points, didn't even come in tonight, was Nick Northrup.
He's not one of the transfer spots, though, right?
No, he's 10th in points.
That's why all them guys that were 7th and back, they were all 31 points and further back, so they were all pretty much eliminated before the race ever started.
Yeah, but heck, he dropped 4 positions last week, and so did Tyler Ducharme. And Tyler's out there; they're running for their life right now. They made their final pit stop. Him and Bobby Cheney, they made their final pit stop, and they go a lap down. Now we're just waiting on the leaders to make their final pit stop.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get that caution. I think everybody pretty much knows it, so it doesn't really make a difference when you pit.
When we're going to see the caution, I'm going to say within the last 10 laps.
Yeah, if we get one, I agree. That's probably when it'll happen.
Yep, because these guys are they're gonna start getting racy. Yep.
Well, we'll see how many of them are still in that lead pack after this last green flag stop. We'll be coming to another green flag stop here soon.
Well, let's run around through the field here real quick here, at least a few of them. These guys aren't coming to pit road yet. Delonte Ballard started 6th, running in 1st. Trevor Pertelli started 15th, running in 2nd. Jared Darling started 9th, running in 3rd. The biggest mover probably tonight, Nicholas Shelton, starting 19th, running in 4th. Caleb Eisenhower started 3rd, running in 5th. Kyle Putt started 8th, running in 6th. Femi Olat started 4th, running in 7th. Blake Freeman, the last one in that pack, started 16th, running in 8th position. Back here, 17 seconds behind, Lachlan McMillan started 5th, running in 9th. Connor Anton started 17th, running in 10th. Ariati started on the pole, and here he is all the way back to 11th place. Sean Williams started 14th, running in 12th. Caden Henry started 11th, running in 13th. Nicholas Caressel started 12th, running in 14th. Spencer Owens, started 24th on the field tonight, running in 15th. Way back here, 1 lap down right now because of their final pit stop, is Tyler Ducharme, started 20th, running in 16th. Bobby Cheney started 21st, running in 17th. Randy Roberts started 7th on the field, all the way back here to 18th, and actually running a couple laps down. Jonathan Shipman started 2nd, running in 19th. Josh Robin started 23rd, running in 20th. And the last one out there running right now, Brian Wertman, started 13th. Had graphics card problems and had to restart or something there. And he is running back in 21st, about 7 laps down. We're still waiting on the leaders to take it to pit road. Not making any show of it yet. We're inside the 30 to go here, folks.
What a race it's been, huh? We haven't even been racing an hour yet.
Yep, going to turn 95 laps in just a little over an hour. Isn't that something?
Yeah, they're knocking it out, man. I'll tell you what. These boys at SRA, they know how to drive. Every one of these guys got talent, and they're showing it tonight. Back-to-back nights, super speedways.
Oh, here they come.
Here we come. Here they are. Oh, one of them almost losing it. 2 of them almost losing it.
Locking it down. Only 4 of them come in.
Half of them, yep. Half came in, half stayed out. Man, a couple of them almost ran each other over there. A little bit of contact almost.
Well, Trevor Pertelli just led his very first lap of the race. Let's see if these 4, they come in together. It's very important that they all come out together. So let's keep an eye on this and see how they come out. Then we'll get up to that lead pack and see when they're going to be coming to pit road. 4 tire change for all of them. What?
Guess they want that rubber.
Oh, Caleb Eisenhower must have got a speeding penalty.
Yeah.
Popo got him. The Popo got him. And here comes that lead pack coming to pit road now. Oh, hard braking. Oh, off of the track. Oh, there's an unsafe pit entry. That'll be a penalty for Blake Freeman.
How many times have we seen it, Rudy? Green flag stops, 7, just overslid his box. Pertelli can't get his box. He's still backing up. Wow.
Oh, my. With the mistakes that are being made right now. And Jared Darling looked like a flawless pit stop here, but a 4 tire change for him. Looks like 2 tires for some of the other guys. but he had the time to take 4.
I'll tell you what, Rudy, green flag pit stops are one of the hardest things about iRacing. A lot of people underestimate it, don't practice. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that race last Wednesday night when I had to make them 2 green flag pit stops, that's all I was focused on. I just wanted to make sure I got the pit stop right because you see what can happen when you don't get it right. It can just be disastrous.
Well, look at this now. Nicholas Shelton comes off of pit road. He's going to be in the lead. Okay.
Sitting duck out there by himself.
Yeah, but you know, even so, with this group here, Kyle Putz, Femi Olat, Delonte Ballard, even though they've come out here with a full head of steam, they still did not get up there with them. But I think we're still going to wind up with about a 6-car pack here in the front. Now they're going to go by Jared Darling.
He'll pick them up.
Yeah.
He'll get on the tail end of it. He'll catch him at the right spot, and he'll be able to just blend right in here.
Yeah, they're going to go by him because they've still got a pretty good head of steam here.
Yep, no kind of blocking, nothing. They're just going to let them go right on by, right on the outside. So yeah, and it's down to 6 now. So 8's been reduced to 6.
Yeah,
and one of them's hanging on. Jared Darling's hanging on right now.
Yeah, we've seen Caleb Eisenhower make a mistake and Blake Freeman. So those two were running up there with these guys, and both of them making mistakes coming to pit road. Caleb Eisenhower with a speeding penalty and Blake Freeman with an unsafe pit entry inside or outside the cone, I should say. So both of them have to serve that penalty on pit road. Man, Bobby Maiden out of the race. Reduced down to 21 drivers. Not too bad, though. We've only lost 3 drivers tonight. That's really not bad.
They haven't even been racing an hour, and they're almost done with this thing.
Last night, I think we lost about half of the field. There was the big one, man, and that took out a lot of good drivers out there. We haven't seen the big one here tonight.
I haven't seen anything here tonight.
Nope. Trevor Patelli right there on the tail. Jared Darling almost losing that draft. Could really use a little bit of help to get caught back up. All he needs is one of them guys to just kind of drag the brake a little bit, and he'd be right in there. He's 3/4 of a second behind Trevor Patelli, but without somebody pushing him, he's just going to continue to drop probably.
Yeah, and that actually hurts somebody up in that front pack because now it leaves somebody odd man out when it comes money time.
Yeah, definitely. Now Connor Anton, Lachlan McMillan, Caleb Eisenhower, these guys all back here, they're running about 12.5 seconds behind their leader, and they are dropping. If they could just get in a line here, they've got 6 of them, yeah, all the way back to Spencer Owens. If they could just, man, they should be able to catch that front pack. But they're not. They're losing.
I don't know. They got a lot of ground to make up. We're coming to 24 laps to go. I don't think they got enough time. They're going to need a caution. But, you know, with the spread out the way they are, I don't think we're going to get a caution, Rudy. I think it's going to go green the whole way, man. One of them rarities.
Yep. Well,
we've done a couple of them lately. Yeah, we've done a couple of them actually here lately, man. There's been a string of them lately. These very good quality races at these super speedways. I'm digging it. Cuts down on pacing. As you know, it takes about 8 minutes per caution here, so all it does is slow things down. Oh, smoke. That was close. Delonte Ballard. He's coming to pit road.
Uh-oh.
He's coming to pit road. I wonder what that's all about.
Is he going to have to serve a penalty or anything? Or
I don't think so.
Is anything in the chat box?
Wrong. Nope.
I don't know then.
That came out of nowhere. Yeah, he almost got run over by Nick Shelton because Shelton didn't expect it either. So 5 becomes 4 now. Lead pack's down to 4. They go by J-Rob there on the outside.
Yep.
J-Rob just trying to get the finish of this thing.
And Delonte's still sitting on pit road. I don't know unless something has happened.
Maybe the pizza man showed up or something. Gotta get the door.
The pizza man.
hungry.
Oh my God, I'm telling you. Jared Darling all by himself. He sure could have used Delonte right now. Delonte's falling clear back to the last one on the lead lap in 19th place, still sitting on pit road. I don't know what happened there, but man, I'd be up that pizza man's hind end about that. You picked the wrong time to deliver that pizza.
I'm telling you, I'd be telling someone else to get the door.
Yeah. Wow. Blake Freeman. Falling back here with Caden Henry in this small group. And Ariotti. And boy, I'll tell you what, Tyler Ducharme and this crew here back here, they never did get the caution that they needed. Of course, it ain't over yet, but they never did get the caution that they really needed. Boy, caution would just help them out immensely right now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to happen with the way the cars are all packed up here. There's no really racing that's going on, and the little bit of packing that we do have, I don't think it's going to be enough where there's going to bring out a caution.
Yeah, and they're both in the chase trying to. Well, Tyler Ducharme's going to be out of it now. He's back in ninth. He'll be pretty much out of it. Bobby Chaney running in fourth in the points coming into tonight. This is going to hurt him big time. Almost might push him out.
All these guys are in, Rudy. All the guys that came in that top six, they're all good, man.
Okay.
None of them have anything to worry about. There weren't enough cars here to make up the points.
Okay.
They all showed up, so the top six are in.
All right, so it's up to these four right here. Kyle Putz, Femi Olat, Nicholas Shelton, and Trevor Pertelli.
And those top six that are locked in are Nicholas Shelton, Connor Anton, Josh Robin, Bobby Chaney, Femi Olat, and Delonta Ballard. All six of them, they're all here tonight, so they've all locked themselves in. They had a 31-point buffer zone coming into tonight.
They're coming up on lap traffic here. This is Jonathan Shipman and Randy Roberts. And it looks like they're going to pass on the outside. They're not gonna get in the way there. They know they're the leaders. They're gonna just not gonna hold them up too awful much here. It ain't gonna really matter if they do hold them up at this point.
They're not going to. Seven better be careful here, man. He's playing with fire.
Ooh, Randy Roberts almost got up into Nicholas Shelton right there.
Yeah, the seven playing with fire, losing that lead back, man. You better hang on to these boys. Now these lap cars, one of them's mixed in the middle here.
Nicholas Shelton's going to get shuffled to the back of that pack.
See, this is where the caution might come out when stuff like this starts happening.
Right.
At 18 to go here at Talladega. And the final race of the chase for SRA. It has been a good one. We're caution-free, folks. And we're getting to the closing laps of this race. 18 laps left. Who's going to win it? We already know who's going to be at the championship race in Atlanta. But who's going to win this one? The final dress rehearsal.
And Kyle Putz, I believe, let's see. Well, the way it's setting right now, he will clinch the most laps led tonight because Caleb Eisenhower is 11.4 seconds back. He's led 18 laps. Kyle's led 24 right now. And I don't believe, unless a caution comes out, that there's any way that Caleb is going to be able to get back up there and lead more laps. So I'm just assuming Kyle is going to lead the most laps here tonight with this finish.
Well, the question is, who's going to lead the last lap? Because that's the most important one.
Yeah.
That's the only one they hand out trophies for, Rudy.
Yep. And look at Trevor Pertelli working with the lap traffic here of Randy Roberts. And he says, nope, I got to protect that bottom a little bit there. Boy, if Nicholas Shelton would have got in there, he would have filled that hole up, and Trevor would have went to the back again. So those two battling it up pretty hard. Lachlan McMillan, boy, this is a big pack running back here. And, they are starting to reel them guys in. They were like 12 seconds back a little while ago. Now they're only 10.5 seconds. But they're running out of time and running out of laps to catch up.
Yeah, they're going to have to make up a second a lap, and I don't think that's going to happen.
Nope.
Even a half a second a lap, they're going to have to make up. I don't know. Just don't see it happening. They're not making up that kind of ground.
No, they're just clicking off maybe a tenth or two a lap, and that's just nowhere near enough.
They need a few more cars back there.
And Ariotti, Blake Freeman working together back here. Blake getting that unsafe pit entry. Happened to serve that extra time on pit road. That really hurt him. He spent 28.6 seconds on pit road. You know, compared to last lap, last pit stop would have only been like maybe 12, 13 seconds, you know. Instead, he spent double that on pit road, so more than double. Caden Henry back here 14th.
I'm just wondering how the 23 is going to play into this, because Jonathan Shipman's sitting right here, lap down, right in the middle of all four of these guys that are racing for this win here. And I'm just wondering how he's going to play into the finish of this.
Yeah, what happened to Randy Roberts? Randy was right there too.
Yeah, he fell back.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, it could wind up to be a deal like last night where Tyler Ducharme was a lap down and he wound up pushing Bobby Chaney to the win. So,
could be.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to play a role here if he continues to stay in the spot he's in right now. Definitely not taking it easy on anybody.
Yeah, he started second place tonight, and he is running out. You know, the first car lap down. If caution come out, he would be the wave by, but he could play a pretty significant role in how the outcome of this winter could be.
Then again, here towards the end, he may just fade back. May just be trying to keep himself from dying of boredom right now.
Yep. We've seen Femi Olat kind of fall back a little ways there earlier, back in about 10th or so, and now he's back up to second. This is a pretty good showing here for Femi Olat.
So you're looking forward to that championship race next week in Atlanta?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's going to be fun. Both series are running in Atlanta. They just kind of weird how it worked out in the schedule this season that these last two races in the championship were both at Talladega and Atlanta. Coming up on
something a little different for everybody. How many championship races have we done in the past at Atlanta? Nothing.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to work out because, you know, as much as that track, I love that track, and as much as it is fun to drive. Huh?
I was just going to say, Shelton may lose the draft here. Or a car may cost him the draft. Not to interrupt you, but Shelton may lose the draft. Anyway, continue what you were saying.
It kind of not really a one groove track, but it's kind of it's hard to pass there because you know it's not real wide. Like through the tri-oval and stuff, it's not real wide. It's kind of like it kind of reminds me of Charlotte. You know, it is kind of a little bit narrow. You got to kind of really be on your toes there when you go through the tri-oval. And we see a lot of cars that do catch that grass there at, you know, the corners on the tri-oval at Atlanta, and that can upset the car. So there's going to be a lot for the guys to work on there, and I'm sure these guys are ready for it. But yeah, it is kind of odd to have a season finale at Atlanta, isn't it?
Yes, sir. But not to change the subjects here, but Trevor Pertelli, I guess, was thinking about dropping back and picking up Shelton, and he's gone about it in a slow way, and they have pretty much lost the lead pack here. So it's down to two cars now with a lap car, and they're coming up on more lap traffic here. I don't know how this is going to play into it. You got J-Rob coming up here on the bottom as well, and they're going to have to get around him with two lap cars right in front of the leaders. See if the leaders just fall into line here. This might help those two guys back there trying to get caught back up, Pertelli and Shelton, but looks like they have lost the lead pack here, and it looks like it's a two-car race to the flag here, Rudy.
Yeah.
10 to go.
It's going to be between Kyle Putz and Femi Olat. Which one is Jonathan Shipman going to help push to victory lane?
Your guess is as good as mine, but now look at this. You got these other cars up here, so they both probably get somebody to help push them.
Well, I bet you there's some money flying around right now trying to bribe old Jonathan Shipman.
Wheeling and dealing.
Oh, yeah, they're wheeling and dealing. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, there's some cold
I got
hard
some
cash.
old speakers over at my house. I heard you needed some
cold hard cash flying around right now. Come on, Jonathan, go with me. Go with me.
They're bargaining something right now.
Yep. Well, Kyle Putz tucked right up under them lap cars, you know, and that could be a good thing for him. But Femi Olat's got to be very careful in that situation. He's got to stay in the foot tracks there of Kyle Putz. They're coming to 8 to go this time by, folks. We have been caution-free the whole way, folks. 13 lead changes.
And slower traffic played a role in the Pertelli and Shelton losing this lead back here. They all came up on slower traffic and, you know, just got filtered out. And one thing led to another. Next thing you know, both these guys are off the lead pack. So,
yeah,
the lead pack's only 2, but
Shelton's not worried about it. He's just ready to go on to next week.
Everybody wants to win, though, especially when you've been out here all night long in the front, and that happens to you late. I don't care who you are. It does burn you. It does not sit well.
Connor Anton and this group have closed the gap up, but like I said, not enough time out here, I don't think, to get to that front. But they've chopped a lot of time off of that. They were 12 seconds back. Now they're 8.4.
Still, they're running out of laps. They only got 8 laps left. It just ain't going to happen, Rudy.
Nope.
I hear you, but it just ain't going to happen.
No, it ain't. But I'm just saying,
if we had half a
gap.
race to go, they'd get there. That's for sure.
Yeah, they waited just a little bit too late to start making that charge to the front. If they'd have done that with about
that they waited.
If they'd have done that with about 40 to go, then they might have had a chance, but not with 20 to go.
Yeah, but either way, being that far back, that's a lot of distance to try to make up.
But they got a good thing going there. They've tightened that up, you know, that group up quite a bit. Everybody pretty much running single file back here. That's a pretty good run for all these guys. Caleb Eisenhower 7th, Sean Williams 8th, Nicholas Kressel 9th, Jared Darling 10th, Spencer Owens in 11th. These guys all working together. Tight group right there. Way back, Ariotti, Blake Freeman still working together. And behind them, Tyler Ducharme and Bobby Cheney. They've got some lap traps. Well, yeah, they got the leaders right on their tail. That's what they got.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how this is going to work out with 2 lap cars right in front of the leaders here, and who's going to plow out, and who's going to try to block, and you know, is the 31 going to get caught behind traffic here when the 11 goes out? When the 11 gets a big run, what's going to happen? It's going to get interesting. We're coming to 5 to go. It's all about to unfold.
Yes, sir.
I don't remember ever seeing a finish like, especially after an entire green flag run of a 95 lap race. Not like this, not with 2 lead cars sandwiched between 3 lap down cars.
Yeah, this is pretty wild. And I don't foresee that changing. I think Kyle Putz, Femi Olat, with the 3 lap cars that are working with them, is keeping them way ahead of second or third and fourth Trevor Pertelli and Nicholas Shelton. Now it's the dealing and wheeling and dealing that's going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. Is who's going to try to get who to victory lane here? Are they going to let Tyler Ducharme and Bobby Cheney stay on the lead lap? Are they going to work with one of them? Is one of them going to pull out, go with Kyle Putz or Femi Olat? Is Jonathan Shipman going to work with one of them? What's going to happen here? Man, this is anybody's guessing game. But we're coming to 3 to go next time by, folks. And we're going to probably start seeing some wheeling and dealing here going on right directly.
I think everybody's going to hold their poker face till about 2 laps to go.
Yeah.
And I think everybody's going to show their cards with about 2 to go.
I think you're right. I think everybody will. Femi Olat just come up and gave old Kyle puts a little tap in the rear saying, I'm right here, so don't forget me.
Coming to 3 to go. You're going to see the 11 and the 23 hook up here. I think you're definitely going to see that. I know the 11 and the 31 aren't going to work together. That's one thing I'm not going to see happen. These boys want to both win, and that's definitely going to be the combination we don't see. But I think the 23 is going to go with the 11 here. And the question is, how's the 31 going to get some help? Because he's behind the 2 guys that would be helping him. So that's why I said earlier, I think the 31's in a tough spot here. You may see some blocking here. When them boys go to that top lane, he may already be up there knowing they're headed that way, because you just get a hunch. And they're coming at 2 to go, so that hunch is growing right now for the 31. He knows it's coming. He knows He knows the 11's gonna make a move. He's got to throw the block when it happens. He's already starting to inch out there. If you look at him.
Yep. Yeah.
He's getting ready for it.
I'm thinking Femi and Jonathan Shipman are going to try to get a run and go by the whole pack here.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that one. And I think Kyle Putz is going to be locked into a place right there behind them 2 lap cars, and he ain't going to be able to do anything about it. Oh, boy.
That's why he's got to be a little bit on that outside and see it coming, man, and get out there and throw that block. When they go, get out there and block the run. Then they'll have to go to the high side, and then it'll be 3 wide, and then anything can happen.
Coming to get the white flag this time by for Kyle Putz.
I would have thought somebody would have already made their move, but not yet.
Oh, no, too early yet, because then they'll just get passed right back. Here goes Femi looking to the outside.
White flag.
He's just peeking. He's peeking, trying to see what the 31 would do. That was a setup move right there, Rudy. Set him up.
And he's trying to get
some help.
Trying to get Jonathan to go with him. Shipman riding right there behind these guys. Lap down traffic, lap down car. It looks like they're going to make it. They're going to make the move here.
They're trying. 31's looking to go out there to block.
It's
Here goes Femi. He's got no help out there, though. Well, now he does. Can he get out there, though?
Oh, boy, here he goes.
I don't think he's going to get
Here he goes. Is he going to make it?
They're trying. He ain't going to make it.
Nope.
31's going to win this thing. It's going to be it wins it.
I'll tell you what, that was so close at the line. That was, oh, man, was that unbelievably close.
31 did everything he needed to do to win it. He won it.
Let's go back and take a look at this finish one more time here, folks, at the line. This is at the line, coming to the line here off of turn 4 and through the tri-oval. And this is where Femi Alat tries to make that move on the outside. And at the line, it's going to be Kyle Putz, but not by much.
Half a car.
Yep.
Nice. But what a finish to a great race, man. 90 green flag laps. Good way to finish the chase.
Man, 95 green flag laps. That's unbelievable.
Good stuff.
Caution free the whole way, folks. And Kyle Putz brings it home, man. I'm telling you, that was great. Well, let's see if we got to get some of these guys up here. Nicholas Shelton is not in TeamSpeak yet. I don't know when he'll be in, but why don't you? Okay,
Kyle Putz, go ahead.
Kyle Putz, you got a copy.
10-4.
Well, you bring it to victory lane, brother. I'll tell you what, that was a very close finish. Were you kind of sweating that finish just a little bit, Kyle, because you knew Femi was going to make that move, and I'll bet you there was a lot of wheeling and dealing going on out there. Who was Jonathan Shipman going to work with? The 2 guys ahead of you, Tyler Ducharme, Bobby Cheney, were they going to help? What was going on out there? Tell us.
Yeah, it was a lot of teamwork just to get us to that point. Femi and I had said when we got off of pit road there that we were just gonna work as a team there, try to ultimate it would be just down to him and I, so that's what we were able to accomplish. So first of all, good work to him. But yeah, I had the F1 box with the lap counter up the whole time, and I was just, felt like those last 15 laps were taking forever. I was just waiting for that white flag lap because I knew Femi had really no chance otherwise to make a run just with Shipman behind him. So
Right.
it was basically just see if he could get a big enough run off the corner, and it all depended on how much if Cheney had to check up from bumping Tyler. But my whole plan was just to stay tucked up behind Cheney, because even if Femi went outside, I still had somebody to tug along with. So just coming off the corner, I knew I just had to scrub a little bit of Femi's speed just to be sure. I think if I even didn't really come off the bottom, we would have had it. So yeah, it was just a lot of trying to figure out where the runs were. With this weather and stuff, it seemed like the outside lane was pretty much not there. So I knew as long as I just held the yellow line, we would have been good making it all the way back through the travel.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was looking like he was going to make that run, and we were kind of concerned about which one of the guys, Jonathan Shipman, was going to help. And it looked like at the last second there, he decided to go with Femi Olat. I think some money changed hands on that deal. I'm not sure about that, but we were wondering if there was any wheeling and dealing going on out there, and somebody maybe gonna, hey, Jonathan, work with me, come on, I'll give you $10, So we were kind of wondering about that. But congratulations on your win, Kyle. Way to finish up the last race of the chase races. Are you ready for next week at Atlanta?
Yeah, I should be around for Atlanta. It'll be fun. Just came on part-time while I was on winter vacation for school, so I got one more week, so I'll be able to run that next week. So it'll definitely be fun. I'm hoping for hot and slick weather, just with the car sliding around everywhere. It should be a good race. But yeah, this one took forever, although I'm glad it was caution-free.
Oh man, what a race! I'll tell you. We don't get to see a whole lot of caution-free races, and I know last night was kind of a whole different story with those Xfinity cars with the suck up on them things, and man, you could get such a run, and we've seen a few guys get into each other, and the big one happened last night. But tonight was just a total different story. These cars don't have that suck up. There's that cushion of air between you. Was there any time that you thought that the car was overheating? Because I know you guys were doing a lot of close racing. Did you have any overheating problems?
I don't know. I tend to have found myself either in the outside lane or leading, so I didn't really have to worry about the overheating problem. But I don't know about Femi there riding behind me. You'll have to ask him when you're talking to him, because I haven't talked to him since the finish. But I know Delonte and Caleb both had like this weird glitch where they were riding in a line, like when Delonte blew up, all of a sudden his temperature was riding at like 260, which is perfectly fine. 280, 285, that's when you're really supposed to start worrying. But all of a sudden, just like on a snap, it went from 260 to like, I think he said it was like 315 or 320, which is kind of weird. So
ooh, wow. Yeah.
I think that was a glitch on iRacing's end. I haven't really heard of that happening, unless it's just something I never really experienced. But other than that, yeah, like I said, I was leading, so I didn't really have to worry about the temperature gauges. Even tucked up behind Cheney there when we caught him and Tyler, I really didn't have to worry about it. Like you said, with that cushion of air and just without a second lane really having to push that much.
Well, you walk away tonight leading the most laps, 42 of them. So that kind of showed a pretty good dominance out there. I mean, considering it is a super speedway and it's anybody's shooting match out there, you did walk away with the most laps led. So anybody you want to thank tonight for your victory here tonight, Kyle?
I just want a big thank you to everybody that worked along with me for this race. We had Delonte, we had Femi, we had Shipman, we had Ariati at the beginning, Marcus before he hit Bobby Maid, and just everybody that was running. That was a lot of fun. We were kind of getting bored there those first 10, 15 laps, so we were keeping the energy high in TeamSpeak. We were laughing, having fun. That's kind of why we were going. We were swerving all over the place down the backstretch. But just want to send a shout out to Femi there for running with me all the way to the end. Sorry, Femi, you didn't get to lead your lap like you wanted to. But yeah, just other than that, big thanks to SRA for putting these on. Always fun to come back and run. Big thank you to you guys for broadcasting. I heard we were up to like 80 viewers, so a big shout out to the viewers for sticking along and watching. That was, all really cool to see a caution-free race. So I'm sure, hopefully they enjoyed it. I know it kind of got boring when we got all stretched out and stuff, but hopefully they appreciate the caution-free race. And yeah, other than that, just thanks to all the drivers for everything they do. Thanks to Slip Angle Motorsports and Brian Blackford Racing for giving me one good car.
Very good, very good. Well, I heard they're having wings and beer down in Victory Lane, so go celebrate and get over there with them pretty girls because they're waiting for you.
Hey, root for me. I'm only 20.
All right, all right.
We won't tell nobody.
Scott, you got second place. Femi Alat.
Yes, sir. Femi, you got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Well, Femi, you almost led that lap. You came up half a car length short. Do you wish you would have made the move a lap or two sooner?
No, I really don't, because if I had made it sooner, I'm pretty sure we would have just fallen way back in the corner. The only way I had a chance to win would have been to push putts and then move out, but I couldn't get close enough to push him to Cheney, like hopefully get them to check up or something and then move out. But I still wish I got that lap. I'm pretty pissed I didn't.
Well, it's looking good for the championship, man. You were coming into tonight. You were in one of the transfer spots. You're definitely going to be going to Atlanta in one of those 6 transfer spots, and you got a shot to win a championship. How you feeling about that, man? You think you got some bullets in the holster and bring that thing home next week?
I might have to slide some money to officials to make sure they monitor Shelton's speed really close. So, if he goes like, what, speed limit's like 55, if he goes 56, instant black flag. That'll be the only chance that I got. But no, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be interesting to see what happens, because hopefully we get some good weather that can cause some strategy to come into play, because I think that's my only shot at winning that race, unless he gets a penalty.
Well, it's been a pretty good season, man. And until it's over, you never know what's going to happen. So everybody's got a shot going into it. So just keep your focus up, keep your confidence up, and congratulations on your second place finish tonight. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, thank you guys for broadcasting. Thanks to Kyle and everybody else that was in TeamSpeak. Like Kyle said in his interview, the first few laps were really boring, and I didn't want to be bored at all. So we were like playing around a bit, not like not taking the race serious or whatever, but like we tried to entertain ourselves, and we were able to keep the mood high in TeamSpeak, which was always good. Thanks to the admins for putting on the race and everybody else who came to race. It's always nice to be able to do this every Sunday and Monday, and that's pretty much it.
Well, you guys definitely made it interesting out there for those first few laps. It made it interesting for the viewers too. So we had quite a few people tuning in tonight, and you guys made a good show out of it. So good job, man.
Thank you.
Rudy.
All right, Nicholas Shelton, we catch up with him. He'll come home third here, our points leader coming into tonight. Not that it matters now because you're already locked into next week. Nicholas, I believe you did get ahead of somebody there. Who was that? Trevor Pertelli or something there. You did get ahead of him and finish in third. So tell us about your racing out there, and how did you get that damage on your left front corner?
I think the damage was from Delonte blowing up in front of me. I had to lift and just turn completely to the right. But the race itself, it was pretty much just running a line and hope you had help to get you to the front, because these cars don't pull up at all.
Well, you kind of lost that draft there, you and Trevor, and that kind of worried me a little bit. And I thought, well, that kind of blew your chances of possibly getting to victory lane. But I think at that point you probably kind of said, well, it doesn't matter. I'm moving on to next week anyhow. You said last week you just wanted to survive tonight. You come home third. I mean, I guess you can't really ask for a whole lot better than that. That, you're locked into the chase and finishing third today, ready for Atlanta next week. So what do you got for them in Atlanta next week?
I hope it's hot and slick so that I can just make it, I don't know, make it more fun at least.
Wrecking loose, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You like it wrecking loose. Okay, well, that's the way it is. Well, what do you think your chances are of winning this championship next week? Because you got some pretty tough competition going to be right there with you.
Nah, I feel pretty good about it. I got to make sure I don't speed on pit road, screw myself over with anything, and hopefully these guys take each other out.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of pretty bad mistakes here on pit road tonight. Marcus Richardson come in there and slid it into the grass, and oh man, I forget who it was he got into. He got into one of the guys, and that kind of ruined his deal. But just a few little mistakes. Another guy went below the cone and had to sit on pit road. A couple guys slid through their pit stalls, had to back up. All that stuff that costs you time on pit road. But it looked like you had a pretty good run out there tonight. You did take over the lead there that last pit stop. You had the lead, and those guys got a pretty good run on the outside and got by, and it seemed like it was over from there. But congratulations on third, Nicholas, and anybody you want to thank tonight for your third place finish.
I'd like to thank you guys for the broadcast. I thank these guys for keeping a clean race at Talladega, and pretty much it.
Okay, Nicholas, well, we'll see you next week at Atlanta, ready to bring home that championship, brother.
Yep, thanks.
All right. Okay, Scott, let's run down through the results here. Kyle Putt's coming home with the win. Femi Olat second, just a half a car length behind it, coming to the line there. Nicholas Shelton will grab third. Connor Anton fourth. Trevor Pertelli fifth. Lachlan McMillan sixth. Boy, them guys did reel them in pretty good, didn't they? Wow. Nicholas Kressel seventh. Sean Williams eighth. Jared Darling ninth. And Spencer Owens 10th. Scott?
Double A Ariati finishes 11th. Blake Freeman 12th. Tyler Ducharme 13th. Bobby Cheney 14th. Jonathan Shipman, we saw him up there trying to help the 11 to the victory, but he couldn't get it done. Finishes back there in 15th position. Randy Roberts 16th. Caleb Eisenhower 17th. Caden Henry 18th. Brian Wertman 19th. And Josh Robin 20th.
Delonte Ballard finishing 21st. Bobby Maiden 22nd. Marcus Richardson 23rd, and Hunter Combs rounds out the field in 24th position. So again, congratulations to Kyle Putz here for SRA. Folks, thanks for tuning in tonight. Man, we had quite the crowd in there. Thank you all. I appreciate it very much. Give us some likes on the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And Scott, thank you so much for helping out tonight. Man, this was one fantastic race here tonight. This just showed the skill level in this league right here. That is just, man, it's like overpowering sometimes. I just sit and I watch these guys and think, man, if I could just drive half that good, these guys are good. So, but
they definitely made a show out of it tonight.
Oh yeah, we're in 95 laps here at Talladega, caution free. Man, that's unbelievable. I think there was a bunch of records set last night with the most lead changes, 49 I think it was, and I think we just set another record here tonight, 95 laps caution free in the Gen 6. Man, that's unbelievable, almost unheard of.
It was a pleasure calling the race with you, buddy.
All right, thanks a lot, buddy. And folks, tune in. We won't be back now till Thursday night, so tune in Thursday night. Till then, stay safe and have a good night, folks.
Have a good night, everybody.